Low voltage is one of the fastest growing trades in America, spanning everything from fire alarm systems to structured cabling. The work, it's mostly indoors. The physical toll, it's a fraction of all other trades.
What? That's like insanely easy.
And at the top levels, it pays $100,000 to $150,000 or more. But when you're starting out, it feels impossible. You're starting out at panels full of wires that all look the same.
It's pretty much the same thing.
You're troubleshooting systems you've never even seen before, and nobody in the crew has time to teach you because they're already behind schedule. That's not a you problem, that's a training problem, because low voltage isn't actually hard, it's just taught wrong. In this video, I'm going to give you the 3 moves that separate the techs who struggle for years from the techs who accelerate past everybody. These aren't motivational tips, these are tactical plays you can start using on your next job site. 3 moves, all 3 totally free, and all 3 you can put in use today. I've spent over 30 years in blue-collar work, union carpenter, project manager, and UAW inspector, and I've watched low voltage go from a side niche to one of the highest paying specializations in the trades. And the guys who move up fast all have these 3 moves dialed in. And move number 2 is the one that most techs get completely backwards, and it's costing them thousands in lost pay. So make sure and stay tuned for that. If you're in the trades or thinking about getting into low voltage, tap that subscribe button for me and the notification bell so you won't miss my next video. I put out 3 a week to help you earn more, move up faster, and build a career that lasts. I sure appreciate you. Now let's get into it. Let me set the stage. Low voltage is different from every other trade. In electrical, you're dealing with one thing: power. Voltage, amperage, circuits following NEC standards. The rules are consistent. In plumbing, it's water, pressure, flow, drainage. It's predictable. But in low voltage, you're dealing with fire alarm systems governed by the NFPA 72. Security systems using power over Ethernet with IEE 802.3 AF. And 802.3 at standards. We're talking about structured cabling following standards with Cat 5 and Cat 6 specifications, AV integration and proprietary manufacturing protocols, data center infrastructure with fiber optics, smart home automation with Z-Wave and Zigbee, and the emerging Matter protocol. Every system has its own codes, its own language, and its own logic. And most new techs, they try to learn all at once. And that's why they feel overwhelmed. It's not that the work is too hard, it's that there's too much to learn if you don't have a system of learning it. The top 10% of low voltage technicians, they earn $70,000 or more a year. Specialists with NICET or CTS certifications are pushing $75,000 to $115,000 a year. But most techs plateau at the installer level because they never learned the 3 moves that I'm about to show you. So like I said, guys, low voltage isn't one trade. It's 5 or 6 trades wearing one name. And the techs who figure out how to navigate that are the ones who move up fast. So here's how. Move number 1, master troubleshooting mindset. Stop replacing parts, start reading signals. Here's what separates a cable puller from a technician. The cable puller sees a problem and asks, what do I replace? The technician sees a problem and asks, what is this system telling me? That one question changes everything. Because every low voltage system, fire alarm, security, AV, cabling, follows the same basic logic: input, processing, and output. A signal comes in and something processes it. Something responds. And when a system fails, the failure is always in one of these 3 stages. Either the input device isn't sending a signal, the processor isn't interpreting it correctly, or the output device isn't responding. That's it. Every single problem in low voltage fits that framework. Let me make this concrete. A fire alarm panel shows a trouble condition. Most new techs grab a spare detector and start swapping out devices. That's guessing. A real troubleshooter asks 3 questions. Is the device sending a signal? Check the initiating circuit. Is the panel receiving the signal? Then check the panel's event log. Is the notification device responding? Check the indicating circuit. 3 questions, 3 checks, and you'll find the problem every time. And you just saved yourself an hour of random part swapping. I've watched brand new techs who understand this framework outperform 5-year veterans who were still guessing. Because the 5-year vet had experience but no system. The new tech had a system and applied it to every job. Experience without framework is just random repetition. A framework without experience still gets results. Same thing with security. Camera feeds goes black, most people immediately check the camera. But input, processing, output tells you to check the PoE switch first. Is it sending power? Then check the cable run. Is the signal getting through? Then check the camera. You work the chain. You don't guess. Structured cabling. A port on a patch panel isn't working? Don't pull a new cable. Grab a toner and trace the path. Check the termination and test the jack. Find where the chain breaks. Every problem is a chain, so just find that broken link. Here's the part that changes your career trajectory. When you develop the troubleshooting mindset, you become the guy the foreman calls when nobody else can figure it out. You become the go-to, and the go-to guy doesn't stay at $18 an hour. He moves to $25, $35, and beyond, because troubleshooting is the skill that separates installers from technicians, and technicians from specialists. So how do you build this mindset? 3 things. First, learn every system works at the conceptual level before you worry about specific hardware. Get an understanding of signal flow, input, processing, output. Second, every time you encounter a problem on a job, force yourself to ask where in the chain did this break before you touch a damn thing. And third, invest in a basic toolkit for diagnostics. I'm talking about a good multimeter, a cable toner and probe, a POE tester, a laptop with manufacturing software. You see, all these tools let you test instead of guess. And testing is much faster, cheaper, and more impressive than guessing every time. And here's the part that trips me out, guys. The true fastest way to get better at low voltage isn't to learn more systems, it's to learn how to think about systems. Master the troubleshooting mindset, and every system you encounter from this point forward, it just gets easier, because the logic, it's always the same. Here's move number 2, and this is the one most techs get completely backwards. Learn one system deeply before you branch out. Most new low voltage techs try to learn everything at once. The fire alarm on Monday, the security on Tuesday, AV on Wednesday, structured cabling on Thursday. By Friday, they know a little bit about everything and a lot about nothing. And that's exactly why they plateau. The guys who move up fast, they do the opposite. They pick one system and go all in. They become the fire alarm guy or the security guy or the AV guy. They learn that one system so deeply that they can install it, troubleshoot it, program it, and commission it without supervision. And then they branch out. And here's why this works. Every low voltage system shares the same fundamentals: signal flow, circuit types, device communication, panel logic, and code compliance. When you master one system deeply, you're actually learning the principles that apply to every system. The tech who masters fire alarm understands initiating circuits, notification appliance circuits, and NFPA 72 panel programming. We're talking about trouble and supervisory signals can pick up security systems in half the time because the circuit logic is similar. The panel programming is similar. The troubleshooting framework is the same. The depth creates transferable knowledge and then creates surface level confusion. Let me say that clearly. You don't need to know 6 systems. You need to know one system well enough to be an expert. And that one system is your ticket to $35 to $55 an hour. And everything you learn from mastering it, it transfers to the next system faster than you'd expect. So how do you pick your system? Look at what your company does the most of. If they're primarily a fire alarm shop, go all in on fire alarm. Learn NFPA 72 and study for your NICE 2 Level 1 and Level 2. Get trained on the specific panels your company installs, like EST, Notifier, Simplex, Honeywell, Firelight. Become the guy who can commission a panel without calling for help. And if your company does mostly security and access control, go deep on that. Learn the Genetic or the Linnell platform. Understand POE, camera specs, NVR configuration, and get your manufacturer certs. If it's AV, learn Creston or Extron. Get your CTS from Avixa, master DPS programming, and system commissions. The certification path for each specialization is clear. How about fire alarm? We're talking about NICET level 1, 2, and 3, because each level increases your pay and your authority on the job site. NICET 3 techs are pulling $35 to $45 an hour. Structured cabling, BICSI Installer 2, and then BICSI Technician Security. Manufacturing certs from Genetic, Linnell, Axis, plus any state-specific licensing. How about AV? We're talking about CTS, CTS1, and CTSD from Anexa. AV, CTS, CTS1, CTSD from Avixia. Each certification is a rung on the ladder, and each one pays more than the last. I've seen techs with 2 years of focused experience in one system outperform techs with 5 years of scattered experience across multiple systems. The focused tech can walk onto a job site in his own lane. The scattered tech is always waiting for someone to tell him what to do. Focus beats everything, every time in the early years. The aha moment nobody sees coming. Specializing early doesn't limit your career, it accelerates it. Because once you're the expert in one system, adding a second system takes months, not years, and you've already have the framework. You just need the details. Generalists learn slowly. The specialists, they learn fast. And that's the whole game with low voltage. It's not about knowing everything, it's about knowing the right things in the right order. Master the troubleshooting mindset. Go deep on one system, and you're already ahead of 80% of techs in the field. And if you're looking to break into a high paying career, skip the degree, and skip the debt, Course Careers can help you find your path. They have a free intro course, guys, I think you'll love. The link's in the description. Check it out because the fastest path to six figures starts with the first right move. Now, move number 3. This is the one that compounds over your entire career, so let's get into it. Move number 3, document everything you touch, every system you install, every problem you solve, every panel you program, and every cable path you run. Build a personal playbook, not for your employer, for you, because here's what happens when you don't. You install a fire alarm system, right, in a hospital or something, and 6 months later you get called back for a troubleshooting condition. You can remember how you programmed it. You can remember which zones are on, which ones loop. You're starting from scratch on a system you built yourself. That's wasted time. That's wasted credibility, and it's completely avoidable. Here's what a personal playbook looks like. It's a folder on your phone or a notebook you carry, and every job gets an entry. The system type, the equipment used, the panel model, and how you wired it and how you programmed it. Any problems you ran into and how you solved them. Photos of the riser diagram, photos of the panel programming screen, photos of the device layouts, and notes on the cable paths and junction box locations. And make sure you're always following OSHA safety protocols when documenting these installations. Now guys, this does 3 things that change your career trajectory. First, it makes you faster. The second time you encounter a notifier NFSD 3030, you're not starting from zero, you're opening a playbook. You see exactly how you set it up last time, and you cut your programming time in half. And it's the same with the cable termination patterns, device addressing sequences, and AV rack layouts. Your playbook eliminates that learning curve on repeat systems. And second, it makes you the most valuable person in the room. When the foreman asks, has anyone worked with this panel before? And you pull out documented notes from the last time you did it, that's instant credibility. That's instant authority, and that's how you get picked for the higher paying jobs. Third, it builds your case for raises, promotions, and new opportunities. When you walk into a review or job interview and you can show document proof of every system you've installed, every problem you've solved, and every certification you've earned, you're not talking about what you can do, you're showing what you've done. That's a different conversation. Nobody taught me this early enough. I spent years relying on memory, and memory is unreliable. It's incomplete and disappears under pressure. The day I started writing things down was the day I started moving faster on every job, because I wasn't learning the same lesson twice. So guys, it's true, after 1 year of documenting every job, you have a playbook with 50 to 100 entries. After 3 years, you have a library that covers every major system and scenario in your specialization. And after 5 years, you have an asset that no certification can replace, because it's your experience, organized, searchable, and ready to deploy on demand. That's not just knowledge, that's a competitive advantage, and it costs nothing but 5 minutes at the end of every job. So what do I document? The essentials. For every job, capture these 5 things: the system type and the panel model, the wiring topology and device count, the programming steps or the key configuration notes, any problems you encountered, and how you resolved them. At least 2 photos, the panel and the riser diagram or cable layout. That's it. It's just 5 things. It might take you 5 or 10 minutes, and over time, you're building the most powerful career tool in the trades, a proven track record that lives in your pocket. And here's what I didn't see coming. The best low voltage techs don't have better memories, they have better systems. Your playbook is the system, and it compounds every single day you use it. Now let me show you what happens when you stack all 3 moves. Move 1, the troubleshooting mindset. You stop guessing and you start diagnosing. Every system becomes solvable because you understand input, processing, and output. Move 2, deep specialization in one system. You become the go-to expert. Your pay jumps, your confidence jumps, and your ability to add a second or third system, it accelerates. Move 3, the personal playbook. Every job makes you faster, more credible, and more valuable. Your experience compounds instead of evaporating. Stack all three, and here's what your career looks like. Year 1, pulling cable at $15 to $18 an hour, but you're learning with intention, applying the troubleshooting framework, and picking your specialization, and documenting every job. Year 2, installer at $18 to $25 an hour, but you're already troubleshooting like a tech. You're earning your first certification. Your playbook has 100 entries. Year 3, technician at $25 to $35 an hour. You're the one the foreman calls. Your playbook is your competitive edge. In year 5, a specialist at $35 to $55 an hour. NICET certified, CTS certified, BICSI certified. Your playbook is your library, and you're earning more than most electricians with less physical wear and cleaner work conditions to boot. The part that changes everything, guys, is that 5 years is all it takes. It's 3 moves. It's 5 years, and you go from cable puller to six-figure specialist. That's not a theory, that's a blueprint. So imagine being 3 years in, walking onto a job site knowing you can troubleshoot any panel, commission any system, and solve problems that have the rest of the crew scratching their heads. Imagine pulling out your phone, opening your playbook, and having documented proof of every system you've ever touched. Imagine earning $35 to $55 an hour in climate-controlled buildings while your friends are grinding it out on rooftops in the middle of the summer. That's what happens when you learn these 3 moves. And you just did. But knowing these 3 moves is just the starting line. The real question is, which low voltage specialization gives you the fastest path to 6 figures, and what certifications do you stack first? I break all of that down here on JV Charles TV, guys. Check out the 2 videos I recommend on the end screen. I'm JV Charles. I'll see you on the next one.